I'm going to give you something today here that is going to make you and your music teaching business a lot of extra money. So stay tuned. And this PDF checklist that I'm going to walk through, I've given to you for free in the link down below the video. Today we are talking all about holiday programs, or summer camps as you might call them. There is so much dead air in the calendar for music schools and music teachers where kids are off on summer breaks and holidays within the year, and that time there's no lessons taking place, so obviously there's no money being paid and teachers aren't able to earn an income. And so how do you solve it? Well, one of the easiest ways to solve it and to earn a whole lot of extra money and increase the retention of your students and to draw in new students into the studio is to run these summer camps or holiday programs. Depending on what part of the world you're in is how you'll describe those. And we have here for you our ultimate epic summer camp checklist. Okay, now it might be hard for you to see there. I'm going to put the link in the notes down below this video so you can grab this for free. And this is literally what we walk through to make sure we run an epic holiday program. Now, one other thing I want to give you for free before I start giving you a bit of an overview of this and how to use it is we actually filmed this incredible course, which you can have for free as well. I'll put it in a link down below where you can grab a free trial to our Build a Music School membership. We interviewed about 17 music school owners like myself around the world running amazing holiday programs and camps, and they share everything on how to do it. All their resources, their training, their budgeting, their promotional posters, their marketing plans, everything. And so you will have just everything that you need, everything that I'm going to talk to you about today. And so you can go grab that. Just search in our library for summer camps or holiday programs. You'll find the course, access it, and this can make you a whole lot of extra money. So 2 amazing resources for you to click down below. So let's talk about just really quickly an overview of the camps, and then I'll show you some of the things that you need to be thinking about to do it well, right? It might seem a bit daunting for you to run a camp where you might have 10, 20, 30, 50 students coming in for a day in school holidays or a week, but it is not as scary as you think. You do not need to run a camp where the kids are used to you teaching them music in their normal lessons, and so you think that you have to teach music all day to kids in these camps. Not the case at all. I myself have never worked in one of our camps. My team has run them for over the years that we ran them, and they were awesome. And it was not all music. There was all sorts of other activities, and in the links that I've given you down below, you'll see all the different types of activities we sprinkled through the day on top of music experiences as well, right? So you don't need to think that you're going to have to fill it all with musical teaching and performances and that sort of stuff. Not even a professional musician like you or I would want to do that all day. It's just too long, and it's just too much brain power to do that. So you're going to pack it full of lots of other games and activities, and even some arts and crafts and all sorts of ideas, and again lots of examples for you in the resources below. So don't rule out this idea of camps because you think, I couldn't do a whole day of piano students or drum students. You don't need to, don't worry. So let's talk about just a quick overview of some of the things that you're going to need to do if you are planning an epic summer camp, right? So the first thing is you're going to have to plan all the logistics of okay, what is my camp going to be? Like, what are the hours? When am I planning it? What are the dates we're going to do? And we start looking at, how many team members do we need? Is it just going to be you, or are you going to have a couple, maybe older teenage students as your kind of teaching assistants and leaders, or are you going to hire some extra staff? You got to think through all those details. And included with the planning and the logistics is some of the, the tedious things that are important but might not be the, the sexy fun tasks, things like the terms and conditions or your policies, how you're going to do the billing, how you're going to do even a little survey at the end of the camp, how you're going to celebrate the team, how you're going to calculate the pay for the camp. All this stuff is in here. So the first step is planning your camp and all the logistics around it, because once you got the plan, you just execute the plan, right? Next thing is you got to market the camp. There's no point having this amazingly planned and logisticized camp and no one shows up, so we've got to market it really well. And so there's a whole bunch of resources here on how to do that. Next thing is you're going to need to have the financial sorted. You're going to have to make a budget. You're going to have to choose the price of the camp that reflects the budget. And you may even want to include some stuff in your budget, like some scholarships. Maybe you're someone that would like to have 1 in 10 kids attending who need a really big discount, or they wouldn't be able to afford, and you want to sponsor them. They might be nominated. So that's a fun thing we did at our school as well, and you might have a passion for that too. So the financial side needs to be solid, because you don't want to run a camp that's just going to lose money, because then you work really hard and don't end up with any money. You might as well not run it. So camps can be really profitable, but you got to plan it. And if you want to see budget examples of that, then grab that free course for you to check out. There's some really good examples in there. Next thing that can seem a bit daunting but is super important is the safety aspect, right? Both safety and the curriculum. So you got to think through, hey, what are some of the safety issues we need to think about, child protection, and then you can train your team on those things so they know how to interact, things to do, not say during the day. That's important stuff. You don't need to be scared about it. You've got everything you need in the link down below in the course. Copy, paste, train your team, you'll be fine. Curriculum side, you need to start kind of planning, hey, what is going to be the content of the camp, right? So what's the timetable going to look like? What are the games we're going to do? What's the equipment that we need for those games? What about the food? So you don't have to feed all the kids. They're going to bring their own lunch, but you might want to have, big water stations, or have a whole bunch of apples, or, some snacks. But you want to tell the kids to, bring their own lunchbox and food for the day. You also want to decide, are you going to have any performances during the week? Is everything going to work towards one big performance, or little performances in the day, just the kids to themselves? Figure out the curriculum and the safety. That's next part. 2 more sections you need to think about. One is during the camp, right? So think about all the things that you want to do during the camp, and these are little reminders. You can literally have this checklist for the team members running it, or you, if you're running it. Are you going to get some cool photos for social media? Upload them as you go. You might want to share some into Facebook community groups to promote it, get people on the wait list for the next camp. You want to think through, hey, how are the parents going to communicate with you during the camp? Like, what if there's an emergency? What phone number do they get? Do they get your school special number? Do they get your personal cell phone? All these things are things to think through. And I won't go through all of them, because you can just grab this checklist, of course, down below. But those are some things during the camp that you need to think through. Final thing is after the camp. So after your holiday program is all done and everyone's gone back to school and they've loved it, well, what are some of the things that you want to do? And there's some great examples here and a checklist, as I said, that we'd use. Things like following up with the students and the parents to get feedback. Hey, what did they love? What could we have done better if there was anything? How are you going to debrief with your team? How are you going to try and upsell all the students that came along who are not part of your program, your main lesson program? How are you going to bring them into your school? Can you offer some compelling offer to draw them in? Hey, if you join in the next 7 days, you're going to get this deal and these bonuses and this discount. Having a plan there, because a lot of people would come to our summer camps and they would not have been taking lessons with us. And so because of the brand and all the work we did in the community and advertising, we get a lot of people that go, yeah, my kid should have a music camp. Let's send them there for a week. And so we would want to really get them hooked on what we're doing, loving it, meeting the team members, experiencing the building and all the fun activities, and then sign them up for lessons afterwards once they're hooked. So it can be an amazing marketing tool as well. And then obviously debriefing with your team, I mentioned, but thinking about what are the necessary adjustments you want to make before the next camp. So across all the things we just discussed, what will you do better next time? Actually write it down, because if you don't write it down, then you're going to forget it by the time it comes around to plan your next holiday program, right? So there's an overview of all the things you need to do. You want to grab this checklist, link down below. If you want to see the videos of the full-on course and training, you can grab free with a free 7-day trial to the Build a Music School community. You should be in there anyway. If you're watching these videos, you'd be stupid not to be. Not that I'm calling you stupid, or am I? Maybe, I don't know. But grab this, grab the course. It's free. Build summer camps. during the year when it works for you in your studio, man, you can make so much extra money doing it. The kids love it. They make so many more friends. It provides extra income for those teachers. It's an absolute no-brainer. I can't wait to hear what you do with it. Grab the links. See you in the next video.